and gentlemen, it's one thing to criticize the working of a government and pointing fingers at failures. But it is a completely different issue to turn a courtesy call by none other than the Prime Minister of the country to the Chief Minister of a state, where the Chief Minister ends up mocking the Prime Minister of India, who called the Jharkhand Chief Minister, Mr. Hemant Soren, to offer his support to the state. For the first time, in fact, a Chief Minister used social media to mock the constitutional post of the Prime Minister by mocking his phone call, describing it as Mann Ki Baat, claiming that it was one-way interaction and did not bother to listen to his point of view. Firstly, an accusation on a public platform where the Prime Minister is not there to defend himself, raise his questions, and breaching the code of propriety. No, it's not illegal. No, it is not criminal. But it is propriety, convention, call it what you will. It's a convention that has been maintained that private conversations are not spoken about in this manner, or you generally agree to speak about some things that you will disclose to the people at large. In this case, the code of propriety possibly was breached. It is several chief ministers who have come out and condemned Mr. Hemant Soren's indiscretion. In fact, several chief ministers from the northeast states have lauded the Prime Minister's call. The BJP, which is expected to defend the Prime Minister, did question Hemant Soren. But several members of a certain lobby, which is the Hate Modi lobby, also must note that there is a chief minister like Jagan Mohan Reddy, chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, who did come out and say, brother, let's not get into this. Let's work together, because people are suffering in the pandemic and we don't need to take pot shots at each other. That is the political war that Well, let's take a look at the legitimate question on the News Hour tonight. Did Chief Minister Hemant Soren cross the line of propriety? That's the question, and it is a split issue on which there are polarized views. So that's why it's the big debate on the News Hour tonight. Soren's wrong number, that's the question and the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight on this debate is Mohandas Pai, a well-known, what do you call him? Everything. Well-known economist, well-known educationist, startup, entrepreneur, whatever. Sanjay Hegde, senior advocate in the Supreme Court. Sanjay Jha, my favorite suspended Congress leader. I also have with me Dr. Patra on this debate. And of course, I have the gabbar of the social media world joining me on this debate. And I want to ask you, Mohandas Pai, I'm being trolled on Twitter, which is fine. But the fact of the matter is, I just tweeted a fact that, it's COVID time. The Prime Minister calls a Chief Minister, and I assume the conversation would be about the Prime Minister asking the status of the issues and the spread of COVID. And the Chief Minister comes out and tweets, "Unhone Mann Ki Baat ki." My valid question, logical question would be, "Arey, unhone Mann Ki Baat ki, to aap bhi bol dete ki aapke kya issues the?" Now, do you think, coming out and putting out a tweet in this manner in the middle of a pandemic, mocking the Prime Minister, is breaching the line of propriety?
It breaches the line of propriety, and I feel it's very unfortunate and shows immaturity on the part of the Chief Minister. And I think all constitutional authorities need a code of conduct so that whatever they talk between themselves, the confidential is kept to themselves. Navika, we have seen the courts, the Madras High Court makes some very unfortunate remarks. When you go to the Supreme Court also, Supreme Court tries to say, oh, it is okay. It is not okay. Because anybody makes any comment about the court, you will be held up for contempt. It's a one-way street. I think all constitutional authorities should have a code of conduct, should be respectful. You can be critical, you can be respectful, and behave yourself so that you don't lower the dignity of the office. Now, the Chief Minister of Jharkhand has lowered the dignity of his office. You can always be critical, but mocking people and doing all this, I think is not acceptable. It shows lack of propriety, immaturity in the party. It's for everybody in power. It's for everybody who are constitutional authorities when they deal with official matters. When you go on a public campaign for elections, it is open system for everybody. Everybody can do whatever they want. That's a political thing. But when you're talking about official matters, you're talking about person to person holding an office. I think there needs to be a code of conduct. There needs to be propriety. And I think people should behave themselves. This is very, very unfortunate and very immature.
Well, Sanjay Jha, you're smiling. I'm not saying that, this criticism is not, welcome. Of course, the fact that all political leaders, especially the BJP, should not have allowed the Kumbh Mela to carry on. Of course, leaders should have set an example in their rallies by not holding road shows where people were together and standing next to each other. And I don't know how many leaders were wearing masks and how many people who were their supporters were wearing masks. All that has been condemned and criticized and debated on this channel. On several of those debates, you have also been in, Mr. Sanjay Jha. But somewhere, if Mr. Soren had come out and said, yes, we spoke, I raised these issues, but the Prime Minister had no answers because this is the crying need of Jharkhand, which the Prime Minister has said, I will not help or I can't help or whatever. There were no specifics. There was only a mocking 2 lines on Twitter. And that I felt is unfortunate and improper. Do you think you oppose that point of view?
Navika, I happen to be a very liberal guy when these issues are concerned. My friend Mr. Pai has been with Infosys. Now, he worked with Infosys. Infosys has been a client for some of my businesses I operate in. And I think Infosys's culture, from what I know, and things are very different now that Mr. Pai is not there, is very open. You ask questions of the senior leadership. They welcome it. That's what makes companies great. And I don't think any government in a democracy, Navika, should be so thin-skinned. The Prime Minister deserves to be respected. He holds an august office. By the same logic, Hemant Soren is the Chief Minister of Jharkhand. I mean, he also is a people's representative and a popular choice who's running a state where the number of cases of COVID have gone up. And what has he said, Navika? It's a very respectful tweet. He's not rubbish the Prime Minister. It's a respectful Adarniya. And what has he mentioned there? I think the point that he's making is that the Prime Minister probably gave some advice to him, or generally kind of made whatever issues that he felt were important for the state, he told the Chief Minister to follow. But whatever other issues locally, he was not heard. Now, to say that, Hemant Soren, and Navika, you're a seasoned journalist, Hemant Soren is the last person on earth who's going to probably try and create some kind of a political hullabaloo over this conversation, because he's got a tough state to run. He's not one of those PR gimmicky guys anyway. So the truth of the matter is, and let's be honest about it, Mr. Modi has been criticized not just by political parties, but people even within the BJP are aware that sometimes they don't know what decisions he takes, like demonetization, like the visit to Lahore, like even the lockdown. Many people are not even aware about these decisions. So I think we need to be very clear here that if somebody is not being heard, I would say the responsibility lies with the Prime Minister to ensure that this criticism is not heard again from any other Chief Minister in future.
So let me get in Abhishek Asthana, founder of Ginger Monkey and popularly known as Gabbar on Twitter. What do you think, Abhishek? Bechara Hemant Soren?
Good evening, Navika. What I'll do is I'll take a step back maybe and see, let's analyze how Twitter works usually. So how Twitter works is basically it's a list of clickbaity headlines, but with no body text to substantiate the headline. Imagine it's like a newspaper column with an incendiary headline, but in place of the body text, there is a white space. And then it becomes a hit and run kind of a case. So what happens is people take refuge in this fact that the characters are limited and hence they can't provide enough context. And that's what has happened in this matter as well. So, and you know how internet works these days, that there are two well-oiled machineries, both sides of the divide. And whenever there is a comment like this, which comes like a disturbance in the cosmos, like a tweet by Hemant Soren, what happens is that both these machineries take it as a fuel to create more conversations, more hashtags, and to create a sharper divide. And especially at a time when we need to be together to solve this monumental crisis. And imagine, I hold both sides responsible. Center is accountable as well as the state governments. But when they need to come together, we are trying to create this divide instead of coming together to solve this crisis. And you know what? I checked the Mr. Hemant Soren's tweet. It has gotten more likes than the total number of active cases in Jharkhand right now. Maybe he's happy.
Well, more likes for Hemant Soren proves the point. Mohandas Pai is laughing. Mohandas Pai, more likes justify? Nothing wrong with it. I think we are old school.
Navika, if you are the chief minister, you must behave like a chief minister in public. If you're going to be on Twitter to get more likes, more following, and you're going to have some extreme behavior, it's fine. I mean, that shows what kind of person you are. I mean, Sanjay spoke about a culture in Infosys. Yes, we were open. We had many debates. We were very frank, but we never did it in public. We didn't say what we said and tweet in public or write in public. Now, whether I like Sanjay or not, I may fight with him, but I'll never say it in public.
Thank God Infosys did not follow the rule of the political world, Mohandas Pai. Thank God.
No, we didn't.
Can I defend
we had many differences. We debated internally. It was free and fair. But no, we don't do it in public. In public, we are all one. We discuss internally. This is an official communication from a prime minister to a chief minister. It is not from one person to another. You're holding a constitutional office. There must be some decorum. Now, it is fine if Soren doesn't want to do it because
Sanjay Hegde, that's the point. That's the point. I'm coming to you, Dr. Patra. Sanjay Hegde, that's the point. The point is the constitutional post. I know on several occasions, in several debates, you may have problems. You may have problems with judgments of various judges given in the Supreme Court, by the Supreme Court, different benches. Many people don't agree with the judgments. But the sanctity and the majesty of the court is upheld. Has that kind of a feeling become completely archaic in the political space? It's a question I want to ask you, especially when it happens. The opposition has been blaming the government for so many of its failures. Oxygen nahi diya, vaccination nahi diya, remdesivir nahi diya, Tocilizumab lab, whatever the name is, wo nahi diya, ICU nahi hai, bed nahi hai, no preparation. All of those issues, they have blamed the Prime Minister for it. Nobody has said that in our state also there is a problem. Our state also infrastructure was not built after September or October last year. In fact, wherever there were temporary structures, we have removed them. But the blame has gone to the Prime Minister. And when the Prime Minister is calling up a Chief Minister, possibly, I don't know what the contents of the call were, but possibly to ask about the COVID situation and how they are dealing with it and, are there any issues? You come out and you say, unhone man ki baat ki. I want to ask you, blaming and, just criticizing the Prime Minister, is that all that the opposition's accountability and responsibility is all about?
No. Since you spoke about the courts, this reminds me of an incident where the Supreme Court once told the High Court, you decide such and such a matter immediately on such a date. The High Court judge sat in court, decided the matter, but then said, look, the Supreme Court is a constitutional authority. I am a constitutional authority. The Supreme Court may have appellate powers over me, but I am an independent constitutional authority and I cannot be dictated to. So here was one constitutional authority calling another constitutional authority. If it was one-way communication, and the other constitutional authority says it was one-way communication, I see it as healthy communication. Let me tell you what happened to the judge, the High Court judge, who told the Supreme Court, you cannot order me around. He was Justice Sabyasachi Mukherjee of the Calcutta High Court, who went on to become Chief Justice of India. In our system, every Chief Minister is a potential Prime Minister. The Prime Minister himself has come from being a Chief Minister of a state. And when I heard Mohandas Pai speak about addressing constitutional authorities, I'm old enough to remember the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister of Gujarat then, addressing the Chief Election Commissioner as James Michael Ligndo. Where did he meet Mrs. Gandhi? Was it in church? This was the kind of conversation. I've heard Jersey cow. I've heard several other things. So, look, ultimately, if you are a politician, you have to have a thick skin. This is how politicians speak to each other. Should they? We must only be thankful that in writing, they have not yet come down to it. In official letters, they do not communicate that way. But yes, this is par for the course.
Well, so Dr. Patra, the Prime Minister did not warn the country. So what if letters were written from January 7th and a record of them is available, on all government websites? So what if the Prime Minister in a meeting on 17th of March told the country that please take care, a second wave could be happening sooner than later? So what if the meetings that have been called for by the Prime Minister, some chief ministers have come, relayed or broadcast those meetings live, which is again something against the norms.
Let me answer
norms
that.
as they used to exist, because these days there are no norms. Some chief ministers like Mamata Banerjee didn't even bother to come for any such meeting. I want to ask you, Dr. Patra, if you're the Prime Minister and you've been the Chief Minister before, people are saying you should have a thicker skin than you currently are displaying. Respond to that.
Well, Navika, in fact, I'll be quite upfront since I'm in fact defending the Prime Minister towards the end of the show. Allow me some time. These two cases, the first case that you talked about of Mr. Kejriwal filming his meeting with the Prime Minister, and the second case of Mr. Hemant Soren, these are classical cases of sacrificing the sanctity of the high offices, the constitutional offices of India, for one-upmanship. It is nothing but one-upmanship that these people wanted to earn. Mr. Kejriwal wanted to commit to the people of Delhi that, look, here I am fighting for you while your Prime Minister turns a deaf ear. And similarly, Mr. Hemant Soren also wanted to buy some quick brownie points, maybe likes in tweet, likes by people as well. Let me tell you, well, yes, in democracy, there are two parts to it. The sanctity of the office and a private call, that's a separate issue. In public life, you can campaign, you can speak whatsoever you wish. They have called the Prime Minister Chor. They have called the Prime Minister a cockroach. They have called the Prime Minister a virus. They have called the Prime Minister Mahishasur. So what thick skin? He has the thickest skin in the world. I mean, his skin has been pierced by the worst abuses of the world. But remember, that is the public domain. That is the political campaign in which you can do. But in sanctity of the office, you cannot mar the sanctity of the office. And look at the choice of the words and phrases by Mr. Hemant Soren. Where are the specifics? Had he been serious as a chief minister, committed for the people of his state, there would have been specifics that I demanded the Prime Minister such and such thing, and this was denied by the Prime Minister. He would have held a press conference to the effect, and he would have demanded the same. But just for the sake of fun, for the sake of jarring the image of the Prime Minister, he chose the commonly used phrase "Man ki baat" and "Kaam ki baat" and finished, got likes in Twitter. That's how politics is nowadays. I'm sorry, this is the way it is today.
Navika, can I respond?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I leave the judgment to you. Do you think this was an off-the-cuff comment, or this was something that a chief minister has the right to do? Do you think this falls in the category of opinion debate that is allowed in a democracy? Or do you think that this was the spirit of one-upmanship, a spirit of one-upmanship by the opposition? But if the same is done by the Prime Minister, would they let it pass? Think about it. Because in this country, opinions are above norms, conventions, and propriety. Thank you very much for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe. Be very careful about your COVID-appropriate behavior. And we'll see each other on Monday on the News Hour.